Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamina. Joining me today is Mayor John Marchand from the city of Livermore. And welcome to you, Mayor Marchand.
Always a pleasure to be here, Marshall.
What topics would you like to cover today in Mayor's Choice?
Well, so this literally is hot off the press. Nobody else knows about this except now your viewers are going to hear about it, because I heard about this late last night. And so you may recall that back in 2018 on the City Council, we passed the Eden housing development. And it's been tied up in litigation and referendums and all sorts of stuff.
It wasn't the easiest thing you ever done.
No, I mean, San Ramon approved 4,500 housing units like that. 7 years ago, we approved 130 apartments, and it's been tied up in litigation ever since. So last night, we got the word that the California Supreme Court, because this has gone through all the California courts, actually it's gone through them a couple of times. So it went through the appellate court. The appellate court ruled that the city was correct in everything they were doing. And so the vexatious litigants, who by the way have spent over $6 million trying to stop 130 apartments for working families here in our community. So they appealed to the California Supreme Court, and the California Supreme Court said, no, there's no legal precedent that needs to be decided here. This was decided a long time ago. And no, we side with the city of Livermore, and no, their appeal was denied. So after 7 years of litigation and over $6 million wasted by the litigants, the California Supreme Court is going to let this stand. The city of Livermore is victorious on this. And after all these years, Eden Housing is finally we're going to start construction on the park, because as you remember, there's a lot of contaminated soil under the park. Curiously, our local Sierra Club suggested that we should leave the contamination behind and build the park on top of it. Responsible governments don't allow children to play on contaminated sites. It's not what we do. So after all these years, the Supreme Court of California ruled, no, Eden Housing will be built in the downtown. Veterans Park will be built in the downtown. The city of Livermore is going to build the park. And that was the one thing that everybody wanted, was the park. And that was the one thing that the courts decided could be held up. So we finally got through it. And so look forward to that. It's been a long, ugly battle, and we finally prevailed.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Livermore Village parking garage is now open. Boy, that's been something. It was a big project for the engineering team and many other city staff members. Can you, if you would, give us some of the highlights of the new structure and the works that have been done to complete it?
Well, if you recall, back in 2017, the city of Livermore had a steering committee to work out the final details on the downtown. Because if you remember, back in 2002, when I was on the General Plan Review Committee, you were the mayor at the time, and the council decided that they were going to keep the downtown under the purview of the council. So it was decided back then that we were going to have parking in the downtown. In 2017, our steering committee had an outreach program with the community. The number one priority that the community told the city was more parking. They wanted more parking and an open space. Well, those are mutually exclusive. You can't have parking and open space. So that's why we decided to go up.
Yes.
And I've seen some people posting on social media, well, gee, our parking garages aren't full right now, so why do we need another parking garage? Well, because those 500 parking spaces between First and Railroad, L and South Livermore, those are going away because when Veterans Park and Eden Housing go in, all that surface lot goes away. So the promise that we made to the community was that there would never be less parking in the downtown than there was when we started. So we've been staging this. So now the L Street garage is open. It's over 450 spaces. So when the parking where Veterans Park is going to be, when that goes away, all the people that were parked there can now park in the parking garage.
Is there a charge for parking?
No, parking is free. We have an in lieu parking fee that we've had forever in the downtown. So we collect the money so that we can create the parking in the downtown. So it's got accessible parking. It has electric vehicle charging. The architectural style, we've got the yellow brick. And if you remember, that yellow brick is what used to be produced here in Livermore. The brickyard where the Trader Joe's is right now, that was the brickyard, and they used to produce bricks.
I have a couple of bricks from that.
Yeah, and I gave you one, actually.
You did indeed.
And so it turns out that they also used to make that yellow brick down on Tesla, just west of the Carnegie Off-Road Park. They used to make, there's a brickworks down there as well. But that was the brick that we produced here, that yellow brick. So the color of the brick facing on the parking garage really is a tribute to Livermore history. There's also an arch, the freestanding arch behind the parking garage, and that's also a nod to Livermore history. That was the old Brierley building that was on that site. Well, we took that building down, but we saved the bricks and created that arch to recognize that earlier history in Livermore. It's going to have advanced parking technology, so you can download an app, Livermore Parking, from the App Store, and you can find out before you leave your house where there's parking in the downtown, whether it's going to be at the L Street garage, the I Street garage, or the original garage behind the Bankhead Theater. So you can already stake out where you're going to park before you even leave your house. There's going to be landscaped paseos connecting the parking garage to First Street. And our engineering team worked diligently to make sure that happened. And they were actually open Christmas Eve. I was driving through the parking garage on Christmas Eve just to make sure that it was there and that it was open. We've made a few modifications. We're not finished yet. There's going to be additional lighting, additional landscaping. That greenish coloring is on the archways and the roof components. That's kind of like what a patina on an old copper roof would look like, and that was kind of the design that they were looking for, sort of like the Empress Hotel in British Columbia and Vancouver. They have that greenish patina look. I'm not sure about that yet. It hasn't grown on me, but that was what they were looking to do. But everybody worked so hard to get that together, and so I'm very proud that garage is finally open and meeting the #1 priority that we heard from our community.
Unfortunately, or unfortunately, as depending upon your view, the donut wheel is still there, and the gas station right across the street from it is still there.
That's right, but Donut Wheel is still there too.
Yes, because it's the last example of Googie architecture in the state of California.
That's right.
They're protected by statute.
Yeah, that's right.
What? Thank you for that. Livermore Reads Together is a community program that's been really successful, and I understand that the book for 2026 has been chosen. Mm-hmm. Would you tell us a bit about the program and what we might expect at the library on elements of the book?
Well, so this year, 2026, is the 150th anniversary of the incorporation of the city of Livermore. You know, we were founded in 1869, and we finally incorporated and became a city in 1876. So this is, you're recognizing that. The book is called Silver Lies. Silver Lies, it's book number 1 in the Silver Rush series by award-winning local author Anne Parker. And it was considered one of the best mysteries in 2003 by Publishers Weekly and the Chicago Tribune. It's the recipient of the WILLA Literary Award and the Colorado Gold Award. And it was a finalist for both the Spur and Bruce Alexander Historical Mystery Awards. And it was set in the boomtown of Leadville, Colorado. And the timing is...
Not Leadville, but Leadville.
Leadville, yeah. Leadville was just east of the downtown, and Leadville is in Colorado. But Silver Lies introduces Inez Stannard, and she was the co-owner of the Silver Queen Saloon, kind of like the Bucket of Blood up in was it Columbia, I think. So it takes place in the 1870s, the mid-1870s, which is the same period of time that Livermore incorporated. Yes. So all of those things kind of coming together. She runs the establishment with her business partner, who's Abe Jackson, and he's a free black man who, at that time, his mere presence in the town created a little bit of tension, and a body is discovered behind the saloon, and that sort of upsets the social order of the community, and it uncovers this web of secrets and betrayals and rivalries. It's really it's a fascinating read. So throughout the month of March, Livermore is going to be hosting a series of Western-themed events inspired by the book. It includes a ranching trivia with East Bay Regional Park District. That's going to be on March 4th. A dramatized performance including the Trailblazers of the West by the Encore Players. And that's going to be March 8th. In fact, I did a couple of shows with the Encore Players in the fairly recent past. There's going to be an online author talk with Marianne Monson, the author of Frontier Grit, Unlikely Stories of Daying Pioneer Women. There's going to be cowgirl tricks for families, and I've seen the lady that does these cowgirl tricks. A lot of lasso work and very clever. That's going to be March 14th, and just a whole bunch of stuff. So you can check out Silver Lies at the Livermore Library and any of the branches. They'll have copies, or you can order it, and there's going to be a lot of stuff. So check it out at the Livermore website.
And very quickly before we go to the break, there's a call for art. Could you tell us about that and the deadlines to participate?
Absolutely. So working with the library staff and Livermore Art Association, they're curating the Civic Center Library Art Gallery, and that's going to be during the Livermore Reads Together. It's going to be displayed from March 1st to March 31st. And the reception is going to be scheduled for Saturday, March 7th from 1 to 4 at the Civic Center Library Community Room. Information about the call to art can be found at the Livermore Art Association website, and that's livermoreartassociation.org, and that's Livermore Reads 2026. The deadline for entries is February 4th, so people still have plenty of time to enter.
Thank you for that. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore We are here talking with Mayor John Marchand from the city of Livermore. The winter is just about upon us. What resources does the city provide to residents to prepare for flooding or power outages? And what about warming centers? Are there any of those in Livermore?
Yes, to all of the above. It's cold out there. It's been, this is a warming trend they keep telling me about, but it's been cold the evenings. With regards to potential flooding, we have sandbag stations scattered throughout the community. So the Maintenance Service Center on Robertson Park Road has sandbags available. The bags and sand, bring your own shovel, and feel free to load up the bags. At the maintenance center, there's a limit of 6 bags per household. Fire station number 6, which is on East Avenue, home of the light bulb. Also, there's a limit of 6 bags per household. Fire station number 8, which is up in Springtown on Scenic Avenue, 6 bags per household. In Zone 7 on 100 North Canyons Parkway, they have a limit of 10 bags per household. But again, you can go back, but at that time, we have the bags of sand, we have the bags, and we have the sand, so you can feel free to load up yourself. As far as warming facilities, it's cold out there, as I said, so the city libraries, the Multi-Service Center, the Vineyard Resource Center on North Livermore, those all provide heated access during business hours. For unsheltered residents who are medically fragile, they're eligible to be placed in hotel rooms during the winter months through a relief grant program through the Alameda County Supervisor's Office and Alameda County. I think the best thing to do would be for people to contact City Serve, and they can be contacted at the Multi-Service Center on Pacific Avenue. So if people need to get out of the cold and find a hotel room, there's a county grant program that they can access. The best place to start would be City Serve.
Got it. I've noticed that Livermore's had several new businesses open for food and refreshments recently. Can you tell us about some of them?
There's all kinds of them. So within a period of a month, we opened up a Korean barbecue place. It's called Choco. It's down in Republic Square at the Premium Outlets, and that's a Korean barbecue. There's also a place called the Livermore Hangout, and it's up in Springtown, over by on Vasco Road. It's an East Indian pizza parlor. Called Livermore Hangout.
So there's something called East Indian pizza?
I guess so, but they have curry pizza and the like. And then we also opened El Campo in the downtown, and it's capital L Campo, which means field. And that is a Spanish tapas and paella restaurant. Fabulous. And the chef at one of his previous restaurants was Michelin starred. So the guys obviously got talent. Wonderful restaurant. Also at the old Bank of the West building, we just opened up Meadowlark Dairy.
Just had a sample a couple of days ago.
You know what? I was down there when they opened. They had a soft opening for their soft serve, and but they were voted the number in the top 10 ice cream shops in the entire nation. And that's the one that has the drive-through in Pleasanton. They don't have a drive-through in Livermore, but it's at the old Bank of the West building. And they do not just ice cream, but they also do, they've got milk and eggs, and they contract with Rose Ranch Eggs. So they got a whole bunch of dairy stuff. So it really is a dairy and not just ice cream. Wing & Bakery just expanded, so it's not just croissants and Queen Amans in the morning. They are now a full-service restaurant. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner 5 days a week. It's right there where, right across from Uncle Hugh's, right across from Blacksmith Square.
Gotcha.
Great place. There's the Dumpling House. Sbarro and Charlie's Grilled Subs. They're also at the San Francisco Premium Outlets. Glass House Pizza and Salad is another place. They're also down at the Premium Outlets. And located at the Public Square is the Glass House, but they have the Tok Tok Taco made of a steamed bao bun, tandoori jackfruit masala, lettuce and red cabbage. So all kinds of interesting stuff. And there's also the Hangar SFO, which is the also at the Premium Outlets, and they have a restaurant and a tap room featuring ribs and burgers. There's also Cali Kids Burgers at Republic Square, and as I mentioned, the Choco Korean Barbecue. Coming back into Livermore town proper, at Chardonnay Plaza, which is there at Hillcrest and East Avenue. You've got Alma's.
Close to Deacon Dave's place.
Close to Deacon Dave's. There's Alma's Kitchen, just opened up. Their Indian and Nepalese cuisine. Fabulous place, very authentic, and they have fresh ingredients made momos, fragrant biryani, and tandoori classics. So just, if you're hungry, it's your own fault if you're in Livermore.
Is Beebs still around?
Pardon me?
Is Beebs still around?
Beebs is still around over there at the airport, and and they're still doing great work. You also have Elevation LVK, which is the restaurant right at the airport, so you can sit there and watch the planes take off. But right there at the golf course, you've got Beebs as well. So as I said, if you're hungry in Livermore, it's your own fault, because it's not for lack of places where you can get a great meal.
Gotcha. The word is out. The Mayor's Conference is coming. And I believe you and some of our immediate neighbors are going to go and represent us. And I wonder if you tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So our liaisons have been working with Townsend Associates. There are legislative the people that we work with to develop our legislative plan and our legislative agenda. So this is another one of these examples where, as you well know, the 5 mayors go back to Washington, D.C., the 5 mayors of the Tri-Valley, and we have a legislative agenda which covers elements that are important to all the cities. We're not just about our own individual cities. When we go back, we speak with a much larger voice.
You're going to include Danville too with Neil, huh?
Absolutely. Well, and that's, Newell Arnrich.
Newell, that's it.
Yes. But Newell, and we have San Ramon, the city of Dublin and Pleasanton. All 5 cities go back. We speak as a region. We're going to be meeting with the Department of Transportation. We're going to be meeting with the National Nuclear Security Administration, HUD, the federal agencies. We're also going to be meeting with our elected representatives, our members in the House of Representatives, and also our national senators. So we go back and meet with them, tell them the important initiatives that we have here regarding transportation, homelessness, housing, all of those elements, including Valley Link. So there's a lot of these that we carry back, and it's a dialogue with our representatives. So we've been very successful. We've brought back millions of dollars in these efforts. So it's well worth our time and effort. It was one of these things, one of these trips that really got the East Bay Regional Communications System off the ground.
Yes.
And that was continues to serve our community to this day. Great stuff.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for being here today and updating us.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you for watching this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Garcel Camina, and I thank you for joining us.